G'day guys, Rukshan here. Thanks for joining me for yet another episode of the news vlog. As you can see, I'm decked out fully in my MAGA attire to celebrate Donald J. Trump absolutely crushing it in the Iowa caucuses today. I will get to that news soon, but I wanted to bring you updates from Davos first. As promised this week, it kicked off this morning in Switzerland with a Crystal Award ceremony and your usual hullabaloo about diversity, which then ended up in an open forum regarding misinformation, disinformation in relation to science. And there was a very interesting tidbit that these people were talking about, where they're literally having a crying therapy session about X, the social media platform, and Elon Musk. Now, I did clip that video and share it out on my social media this morning. And funnily enough, Elon Musk also commented on it and did a laughing emoji. And it's gone a little bit viral, these comments, because they're insane. So let me first play this video. This is a Harvard professor and also a Swiss university professor of some sort discussing misinformation, disinformation, and the X platform. Let's have a listen.
For a long time I was on Twitter, and now it's become such a toxic place that I've concluded it's not a worthwhile place to spend time. And as you've said, it is exhausting. So you do have to pick and choose, and you have to think about where the places where you can get your message across. But I am trying to figure out, I mean, I have given up on X, what a scary name that even is, right? And I don't know what the alternative is right now. So
the question of the social media, I must say that I have abandoned Twitter too, so X, because it's a toxic environment, and we talk about, I have no solution on that, but I think one day it will come the moment of the code of conduct in these places, because journalists, if you spread crazy news and insults, and if a journalist says racist things, it can be amended.
Exactly.
Why social medias that have such big power, we still can, because it's new, but I think there will be a societal reflection on how information is brought there. Of course, on X now there is also the policy of the owner that is problematic. But I think this is a problem of the society of the future, the deontology in social media.
Absolute nonsense. This is what we've come to expect from this WEF conference. These are the archetypes of WEF, these people sulking and complaining about not having enough control over content, all this nonsense about misinformation and disinformation, which they've actually identified for this year's WEF as being the top priority that they're going to be discussing around misinformation. And you can see already this crying and these attacks on X, on Elon Musk himself as being someone who is a troublemaker, and they're asking for more regulation, pretty much. And a lot of people, of course, reacted to this negatively, because it's always these elitist types who just want to control the flow of information. And the moment that people are discussing news and content on X without having these filters, because X is by far one of the most free platforms when it comes to sharing information and having these discussions and having different voices on there, you see how afraid they are. She is literally afraid of the letter X. That's the way she explains it. And this other lady is complaining about how how bad Elon Musk is as a policymaker when it comes to these social media platforms. So this has definitely gone viral. Now today is actually going to have more sessions and the opening remarks from Klaus Schwab. So that kicks off in a few hours time, Australian time. So if you want, you can actually watch it yourself. You go to the WEF website. All of the sessions are live streamed, the public sessions. You can watch them if you want to, or otherwise you can leave it up to me to watch all of it, because I'm telling you, it's very excruciating. Listen to these elitist intellectual types pontificating about all these type of things, and it takes a lot of energy away from just enjoying life when you have to hear these morons just go on like this. So that was the first story, and again, it was quite funny, Elon Musk tweeting about it and actually commenting on my post. So I might frame that up and hang it up, because I thought that was hilarious. The next story, of course, that I can't not talk about today, I'm all dressed for the occasion, is Donald Trump absolutely smashing it in the Iowa caucuses. I think it's a historic victory in terms of the margin of victory between him, DeSantis, who came second, Nikki Haley, and Vivek Ramaswamy coming fourth there. Trump won more than 50% of the vote, which was a benchmark that the media and everyone else had set around him to say that, you know, he'd have to do something like this to show that he's really in this race, considering all the troubles that Trump is facing with his legal challenges and, you know, just the general hate that there is from the media towards him, and even from elements within the Never Trump camp from the Republican side, right? So absolutely amazing victory by Donald J. Trump, a commanding victory, and I think a record in the sense that he won almost, I think he won all the counties actually, 99 counties. I don't think that's been done before in this type of race. So historic stuff from Trump, and he's really just set this whole race on fire. There's, you know, it harkens me back to maybe 2016, that kind of same energy that Trump has actually got right now behind him. But you still have DeSantis and Nikki Haley saying that they're still in with a shot to take the nomination. I don't particularly think so. Ron DeSantis is upset about the fact that they called Iowa, the caucuses for Trump, within about 30 minutes of the counting actually beginning. The media called it for Trump. Now DeSantis camp is not happy about that, saying that it's some type of interference. Make of it what you will. The lead that Trump actually got in the end is very commanding to say that that would have had any impact on the final result. Nikki Haley is running around saying that, you know, this is a two-person race now. So she's in some sort of la-la land. It feels like she's completely ignoring the fact that Trump might even make it to the race because of these legal challenges. Who knows what she's thinking? It's hard to read. And Vivek Ramaswamy, to his credit, who's run a very brilliant campaign. I love the things that Vivek actually talks about. He's very orientated in the, you know, same type of space as Donald J. Trump. He says all the right things, and I know people have criticized him for this, but he has actually suspended his campaign and dropped out, and he will be endorsing and supporting Donald J. Trump. And I believe he will be with him tomorrow in New Hampshire to actually support his campaign. So, you know, that goes to show you, yesterday we had Vivek Ramaswamy being criticized by Trump before the vote. Today, he's come out, dropped out of the race after coming fourth, put his support behind Trump, and will be appearing with him potentially in New Hampshire. And Trump also had nice things to say about him during his speech that he gave. And to note, Fox News actually carried a lot of this stuff, to their credit, but CNN, MSNBC, all the other progressive liberal media in the US cut off Trump's victory speech or did not play it, and they had meltdowns. It's glorious to see. I'm not going to share it here on my YouTube because you get these content strikes sometimes, but it's glorious to see. So I recommend you follow me on Twitter. I've reshared some of these, and you can watch MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, and the usual suspects at CNN having a complete meltdown because Trump won the Iowa caucuses in such a commanding manner. Now back to Australian news. A suspect has been arrested and charged and will appear in court, I believe, in February, related to the WokeWorths vandalism. Another store's also been vandalized today. Again, we don't know the suspect's name. For now, I can't find these details, but he's going to appear in the court in February. There are rumors speculating about his identity and his background, but I don't want to say that because I'm not 100% sure. If I find out anything before the actual case goes to court, I will let you know. So that's the latest update on WokeWorths. In terms of some news related to Australasia, we have New Zealand, a Greens MP. If any Kiwis are watching, let me know what's happening in New Zealand, because it turns out that if you're a Greens MP and you're being paid to be in your parliament there, the salary might not be that great. We have these Greens MP, this, what's her name? Gloriz Gray. Let me just bring up her name. She's got an interesting name. She's one of these activist style MPs. Gloriz Gaharaman. All right, she's an MP, Greens MP. She's since now resigned. She's been shoplifting. Imagine being a parliamentary member and shoplifting. Right, she's been going to clothing stores, it looks like, over a couple of incidents, and shoplifted, and now she's being caught. Apparently they knew about this much earlier on. It's only come to light now, and she's, you know, citing mental health conditions, and the stress of working is the reason that she has been going around shoplifting expensive clothing. What's happening in New Zealand, guys? Why are your MPs shoplifting? How much are you paying these guys? And is this a way to relieve your stress? Is this an adequate excuse? Because from reading the commentary around people that support her, they're wishing her well, they're wishing her luck, and saying that they hope that she gets better and gets the help that she needs, when really she is almost effectively a criminal that's been shoplifting, and she should face the consequences for this. Particularly these activist style politicians, right? She's been an activist, like a BLM style activist, a Palestinian, pro-Palestinian activist, and pontificating all types of messages around social justice. But here she is committing crimes herself. Let me know if you're a Kiwi, what she actually stole. I think it's some clothes. Some people said Gucci bags. I'm not 100% sure. So put it in the comments. And last up, in terms of news, we have the Houthi rebels. They're now launching missiles towards American cargo ships. So they've hit a cargo ship. Hasn't done too much damage, so I don't know how good their missiles are, because the ship's actually continued on with its journey, but there's escalation there as well. And all of this, I think, comes back to the fact, back to this t-shirt, back to Trump. Will we see a change? Because when I watched Trump's message after the Iowa caucuses, he was really talking about changing the whole dynamic of foreign policy in the US and sorting out some of these issues with Russia, Ukraine, having his relationship with Putin, him saying that it's a good relationship to have, that he can sort it out and make sure that that issue is resolved, and also the issue in Israel and Gaza, make sure that's resolved as well. So will it take a few months, will it take an election in the US to see a lot of this changing for us, or we're going to be stuck with Biden and more of this nonsense going into the future? Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my news vlog today. Again, if you like what I'm doing, you can follow me on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Let me know if you want me to wear more of this attire when I talk about US politics. I think it's kind of funny. And the story behind this, I actually bought this in 2018 when I was in America, in Washington. And I wore this and I walked around Washington, and I got all sorts of different reactions from people, which is quite interesting. Some bloke said to me, "You're very brave wearing this and walking around here." Whereas another guy actually applauded me when I was walking around near the Obama Museum there. So interesting times, right? Anyway, guys, see you next time. Bye.